Right on. Yeah!
Ow! There, I got a fan club. It's awesome. I love that I'm the first one up and there's not a single drink on these tables. Excellent. You guys are going to love me. So guys, I got stoned over the weekend. I kind of enjoyed it. It's kind of fun. I don't do it very often. I'm only an occasional kind of girl. But from time to time, it's enjoyable. I've noticed like the hard thing about being stoned is acting not stoned. You have to be prepared with like your gum and your Visine. You're not talking. Nothing gives you away faster than when you open your mouth. And it's so frustrating too because when you're stoned, your brain is working twice as fast. But for some reason, your mouth starts working twice as slowly. Like in your mind, it's just like, if we could just solidify the concept of too much time and we don't have to explain for much time, would it be amazing? So what comes out is... So... and then you have to prepare to go out. But like you want to double check to make sure you look together, so you start asking your friends stupid questions like, hey, are my eyes open? And you come up with some profound shit when you're stoned. Man, it's deep and it is tense and it's just amazing, but you can never make sense of it the next day. Like even if you write that shit down, it's sad. Like, and that's the difference between being drunk and being stoned, right? You look back at the shit you did when you were drunk, you just wish you could forget. You look back at the shit you did when you were stoned, you just wish you could remember more. Get me. Right, you look back after like a night of drinking and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I ran down the street naked. But that was the stupidest thing I've ever done. But after a night of being stoned, you're like, I don't know why I duct taped the spatula to the ceiling. But I know when I did, I'd found the meaning of life. Yes. And that's why I think it takes too much work to be a stoner. Too much brain power. Although they do come in handy. Stoners have some unique gifts. Have you ever noticed if they want to smoke, they'll smoke out of anything. They can turn anything into a pipe. Like most of the time, like the concept of how a futon works is a little beyond their realm of knowledge, but if they want to hit something, they're like Stoner MacGyver. MacGyver, what do? We have no smoking devices, but I've already pushed play on the Wizard of Oz DVD. Stay calm. All I need is this paper clip, that shoehorn, and a jar of peanut butter. I'll have us smoking before the twister hits Kansas. When I'm done, we'll turn the bong into a hang glider. We'll rescue a case of Doritos from 7-Eleven. I might still be stoned. So it's tax season right now, in case you've all forgotten. Always go silent when I mention that. Anybody file yet?
Yeah.
You're getting refunds, right? Yes. Nobody files early if they're not getting a refund. It's a little stressful for me this time of year. I'm a bookkeeper, so I work with taxes. But I've got my shit out of the way. I e-filed last week, so I feel good. And everybody pretty much e-files now, right? It's mostly online. But have you ever like mailed anything to the IRS? Like dropped something in the mail? You know, they don't have an address. It's just a city. IRS, Ogden, Utah. That's all it is. I want to be that important someday that I don't need an address. Send it to Brianne, Earth. They know where to find me. Is there nothing else in Ogden? Is it just the IRS? They're like, you know, we need people to be able to send us stuff, but we don't necessarily want them to be able to find us. So let's just build an entire city and give it a name nobody would be suspicious of. IRSville? No. Ogden? Yes. You actually show up to Ogden, it's like streets lined with filing cabinets and people walking around with those like green banker visors going, morning taxman, fine day for an audit, isn't it? That joke is really funny if you work with taxes. If I were in a room of CPAs, you would just be rolling on the floor. Where was I? Tax season. If they're going to call it a season, don't you think they ought to make it a little bit more festive? I would do much better with the whole idea if we just made it more like a real holiday. You know, Taxmas. That sounds good, right? And hang up some decorations, like some receipts on the windows, and sing some like Taxmas carols, you know. Done, we now are 401k, ba la 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 income. Put out some holiday candy, you know, the bowl of chocolate-covered Xanax. Maybe that's just me. All right, how about some Taxmas stories right around the fire? Mom, tell us about tax season. Well, Susie, every April 15th, Uncle Sam shimmies down the chimney with a sack full of tax forms. He picks you up by your ankles and shakes out all the money, scoops that out, then shoots back up the chimney, back up to Ogden. And then just go into Easter. You know, Christmas, tax season, Easter. Works for me. Wonder if that's a coincidence that tax season ends right around Easter. I think maybe there's a Bible story that they aren't telling us about. Right? Maybe like Jesus is dead in his tomb, you know, just chilling. 3 days later, he's like, fuck, I forgot to file. Maybe my CPA did it. Hey, Hal, yeah, it's JC. Look, you didn't happen to file my 1040, did you? Oh, Christ. Okay, do me a favor. Would you call Mary, tell her all my receipts are under the manger, yeah, in the sandal box? Yeah. Would you grab those, meet me in your office in about, oh, I don't know, how long does it take to move a boulder? About 20 minutes? Great, thanks. And he'd probably get rushed, and, you know, probably, like, do something stupid and trigger an audit. And that has got to be an intimidating experience, like auditing Jesus. Look, Mr. Christ, totally appreciate the whole dying for mankind thing. That was amazing. But you just can't take a lot of these deductions. Really? Let me see that. Okay, the robe, kind of part of the image. Frankincense and myrrh, we can write that off as a gift. The Last Supper was a business meal. Alright, you know, I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm going to have to call my father. Yeah, Dad, look, looking for a bit of a bailout. Thinking if anybody can help me with these guys, it's you, right? Some, because apparently God doesn't need a phone. Son, I'd love to help you out, but you know what they say, death and taxes. For you, I guess it's just taxes, isn't it?